But we're talking about breaking down these professional barriers. It's not just, it's what you bring to the table, right? When it comes to LinkedIn and kind of what I have found and what I have experienced is, yes, we're all a network of professionals, but we're also here to have fun and to learn and to engage. And so that's what I would say to do. If you are scared to be or to go on LinkedIn, don't be, because it's a place of community. Whether even if you aren't looking for a job, you can still connect in different ways and engage. And maybe you meet someone online and that does lead to a job if you are looking. And I would even say to, if you're comfortable, to start posting content, because more likely than not, someone is going to resonate with it and you're going to create those connections. So I think it also goes back to a little bit of a fear that we were talking about earlier. I would say go on it, use it for what it's for, look at be a part of the community and just engage and have fun.
Well, what's so funny too is because you're like, we're all professionals. And what I see happening is that the word professional is expanding
Yeah.
in a way that in the past, people were not allowed to talk about having pink hair. They weren't allowed to talk about their sexual orientation. They weren't allowed to talk about their political beliefs or their religious beliefs or any side of your identity that is not work related. I have a motorcycle. Like that would be irrelevant to people in the past, and you just wouldn't bring that to work per se. It just doesn't matter. It's like, this stays at home, this comes to work, right? But I think one of the shifts that's happening is that because we've become so digital and because we're seeing this overarching plummeting of trust across big institutions, military, hospitals, government, that people are yearning for your human side. Like everything's become so robotic, so automated that they're like, please show me yourself, show me
Mhm.
who you are, instead of creating this transactional relationship. And so this whole idea of being professional is like that as we know it is gone. It doesn't. We have literally multi billionaires wearing t-shirts to the most important meetings of their year. And so why are we still living in this world where we feel like we need to have a headshot? I know someone recently, I can't name them specifically at the moment, but they were speaking on a panel and they submitted their headshot for the panel marketing, and the panel marketing team came back and was like, hey, you submitted a personal photo of you with your family. Like, we want your actual headshot. And he was like, no, I want you to use this because I am not this big boss that's that needs to assert this old command and control like authority. Like, I want to show people that I'm real and I'm human and I came from where they are now. And I was just like, yay, good job. Like, please stand up to these systems and resistance.
Yeah, absolutely. And things are changing and changing for the better. I think it's great that we get to see more human sides of people, because we're all human at the end of the day. And it is so refreshing and authentic especially when leaders show different sides of themselves that in the past might have been frowned upon or at least kept in certain um, boxes.
Yeah, exactly. This belongs over here. This belongs over here. And then COVID happened and pff, everything belongs everywhere. So there's
Exactly.
a word I want to loop back around that you mentioned and always really perplexes me. This word community. Like when we say community, and I'm still learning about it, and I feel like my job moving forward in this next era of my journey with my work is building community. But when you see LinkedIn and you say there's a community on there, break that down for people. What are you really saying?
So I think when it comes to a community, it really, the best and most authentic communities originate organically. And one, on LinkedIn, there's more organic growth than anything. So, meaning it's not like an Instagram where you see ads every other post. And it's a community of people. I mean, that's what makes ultimately a community. Whether you have a full-time job and you're looking to network, or if you're a young college student, and you're just trying to figure out life. So when I think of community, I think of the individuals that comprise all of what that means. And again, at the end of the day, we're all human. We all want health and happiness and the same basic things. How we go about those things, that's where we kind of veer off. But on LinkedIn, there is an incredible community out there. And I think it's out there waiting.